By this shop over here called the Fighting
What's
Chance.
this about?
See if I can find any better swords for myself. You'll notice that, and that applies to doors too, when there's an item that is not yours, you can steal them, and you'll notice that your hand icon turns into a red icon. And this also affects doors and chests if they're locked, like during the nighttime, or chests in general being locked. Some of them, like, let's see if this one is. Okay, this one isn't locked, but you can tell you would be stealing if you went into it right now because of the red icon. So, if you're not a burglar, which you actually can be in this game, then you don't want to mess around with that. So I'm going to talk to Rosan quick.
Welcome to a fighting chance.
Just going to skip her dialogue here.
Have a look
In the interest
around.
of time.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
See what she has to sell. This third header right here is the attack header, and it's also the defense header when you switch it into armor. That shows how much it applies to your defense abilities and how much attack you can get out of it. And let's see how much. I've got an iron longsword that has an attack of 3. And then a fine iron longsword that I could buy that has an attack of 4, which is a little better. So I'm probably going to buy this.
You drive a hard bargain.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and sell my iron longsword quick. It's not worth a whole lot.
You drive a hard bargain.
But money is money.
Come back.
And let's see. Like I said, this isn't necessary. You can do it any way you want. But this is just the way I play right at the beginning of the game. I like to get my items upgraded a little bit. And so anyway, the next spot I go to is called the Best Defense. There's a heavy and light armor vendor in here. And then, of course, I'm going to the heavy armor dude.
I'm Bernardo.
Bernardo.
Let's do business.
Let's see what he has. Okay. Obviously, I'm running out of money here, so I probably won't be able to buy much. If I look at my stuff that I have currently, I've got a lot of rusty iron stuff, and then rough leather boots and a leather shield, which are light armor, both of them. And sometimes it's easier just to stick with the rusty iron stuff, depending on what your money is at the beginning of the game. I am going to get an iron shield, though, because that's much more effective in general than a leather shield for me.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Steel items, as opposed to iron, also have more health points, but they're also heavier and more expensive, so I tend to avoid them until I can afford them. Let's see, I think... And I will go ahead and sell my leather shield then to him. I think I will go ahead and buy... Just looking at my items here. Iron greaves are okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy the iron cuirass and get rid of the rusty one. That way I can have a little more health as it comes to my armor. And since I've only got 70 gold left, I'm going to go ahead and buy an iron helmet to replace my rusty one. I will sell my rusty iron helmet. And that's about all I can do, really.
Come back and see me again.
Of course.
Bye.
Head back out here. Now I can re-equip some new stuff here. You'll notice that since I sold some of my stuff, I'm missing my armor. Your character, you can move your character around by clicking and holding and moving up and down and to the sides. You can tell what's equipped on your character. So anyway, I'm going to equip my fine iron longsword. And I'm also going to equip all my iron stuff that I bought. Amulet of Kings is a mission-specific item that you can't really do anything with. You'll end up giving that to Joffrey here at the end of this first mission. And since I sold my other sword, I'm gonna hotkey my new fine iron longsword, and also my iron shield, just in case. And I should be all set. So in the interest of time, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to fast travel quick. I'm gonna fast travel through the city, right to the Chestnut Handy Stables here, which is right outside the west of the city here. And that's as simple as clicking on it and clicking yes, and then it warps you there. And a certain amount of time passes too. You'll notice that you have the date and the time of day. And fast traveling will cause time to pass, just like normal walking would. So you can see on the compass there and on our map that we need to head west and then northwest up this road towards Wayne and Priory. So, let's do that. And as you walk through and explore this world, just like the bandits you saw from the other side of the island here, there are enemies and animals who are hostile towards you and that you'll have to fight along the way. It's kind of random when they show up sometimes, so... There's an orc. That's actually... yeah, they're friendly folk. They're more of a heavy armor race that really does well with heavy armor and blunt weapons like an axe. And they're also playable. Pretty much all the characters you see in this game are playable races that you can select. It's just mind-boggling how many races there are, really. There's a guy to the left here that you can actually talk to and get a mission from. I'm going to skip it for now, but there's just a tip for you. And as you find things on your map, and as you're walking through here, you'll notice that it'll pop up as saying you found these certain things. And if you go onto the map, you can see that I found a hotel, or I should say a house and then an inn. And so then you can warp travel to them now that you found them. So we'll head out to the west here. It's usually pretty safe close to the city, but as you go further out, you start seeing more animals and more enemies. So, as demonstrated in the tutorial, your first mission here is to get this Amulet of Kings that you got from the Emperor and give it to a guy named Joffrey. And he's located in Wayne and Priory. Oh, here's a animal right over there. When you get too close to him, he'll notice that you're there and start attacking you. There. Check him out quick. This guy's got a wolf pelt, which is pretty light and worth a fair amount of money, so I'll go ahead and take that. Every little bit counts, especially in the beginning of the game. So check our map here, and we can see from the yellow arrow from our location that we're heading in the right direction. Another thing that I do with some spells, it doesn't work for restore spells, which I'm going to use right now, once you have full health, but for spells like Illusion, for instance, which gives you starlight abilities and